So today's email comes out of Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge, Mr. Flo. He sent me a very long email. Like I said, you can send me emails on this human resources job stuff, and the world needs to hear it. I will transpose your emails into a video about your side of the story. And it is one-sided because we don't have the other side, but you got to present this stuff because a lot of times black men particularly are afraid to say stuff because human resources many a times is on the side of the woman, even if the woman is wrong, just like in this case. So Mr. Flo writes us, Chinese man warns black American man that other black Americans are trying to get him fired. Let that sink in for a minute. Chinese man warns black American man that other black people at the job are trying to get the black American man fired. And the Chinese man, according to this email, doesn't think that's cool. Now, I asked a couple of follow-up questions that's not part of the email. One of the questions I asked, well, why did the Chinese guy tell you this? He said because in his culture, he believes in fairness and everybody should get along. And the black man manager looks at this particular woman like a daughter. Not really his daughter, but looks at her like a daughter so she could do no wrong. But according to Mr. Flo, even the Chinese man notes that there's a lot of stuff she does wrong. Like a whole lot of stuff. And she don't like to be taught anything. She even speaks down to him, the Chinese guy, and the Chinese guy views her as a slight issue. But the black male manager pandering for her don't see her inconsistencies. Now, the white people told the black pandering manager of his own inconsistencies. But he don't get it. It's crazy. Crazy. So the way the story goes, according to Mr. Flo, those are the follow-up questions. But according to Mr. Flo, the way the story goes is this particular woman at the job site, I'm not going to mention the job site or the company, but this particular woman at the job site is inconsistent on what she's doing. And every other guy tolerates it. The lady gives favoritism to the Latino guy, according to this email. The lady gives the black lady, this is a black lady, gives favoritism to the Italian guy. Everybody deals with it. It's crazy. But like I told Mr. Flo, according to the email, it sounds like he has a lot of pandering black men who, well, I just do what I'm told. I just do what she tell me. And it's like everybody sees the favoritism and unfairness, but nobody does nothing about it. So you could write something to human resources, but it's better to just write a letter to the director of human resources, whoever that may be. Even if it's a lady, write a letter to the director of human resources. Don't even write it to regular human resources. Because you got to get out in front of it. They it's like high school a lot of times. People are not, especially in our community, we do the Ku Klux Klan work for the Ku Klux Klan. We are more anti than anything. Because if this woman is being inconsistent and the pandering supervisor doesn't want to have the courage to say nothing, then, like I said to Mr. Flo, you're just going to have to remove yourself. You're just going to have to find a better position or find a linear position, because a lot of times, you know, high school people, they destroy jobs. They destroy jobs, and they wonder why these jobs get destroyed. Now, according to Mr. Flo, this woman and the supervisor are coming over from an old company that got bought out. So they're not even new people. Mr. Flo is a new person, and he's recognizing the problems. And this is why they lost so many people. And this is why they've had so many issues, because they refuse to grow. The people causing the problems are in the same position. Let me say it again. And this is a human resources thing. The people who cause the problem, the reason for the buyout, are in the same position. And you got to get these people out of position. These people are just problematic. Problematic, childish. Got to get them out of position. You know. But that's what happened. If you have any questions, I didn't read all of the email. I just summarized it. If you have any questions, please put that in the comment section. And if you got anything that happened at your job, go ahead and email me, man, and I will read it. Because, look, if we could get 1 million of these type of stories, then Brookings Institute will pay attention. Forbes will pay attention. People are always looking for a story. And more black men got to, you know, get on the intellectualism of what they go through and not so much of the emotionalism. So if you got something you've experienced, HR or on the job, go ahead and email it to me. I will read it out on the air, because they need to hear what you go through. Peace.